power, then 2 years ago, why did you? You sure are making your own assumptions. IHID power. Nothing would add up if that's not the case. It took over 10 years of hellish training for me to reach 2-star. Why are you laughing? Because it's funny. Are you saying my efforts are laughable? Let me ask you. While you were climbing to that stage, have you ever questioned your training methods, even once? What are you trying to? People commonly misunderstand that a method passed down through generations is always correct. While I was learning aura from you, I had this thought. Why were people so fixated on this method when there was a clear flaw with it? Was it because they didn't know? Or, was it because your faith in Captain Jonathan, the one who passed this method down to you, was too strong? The reason is simple. Because it's easier to just follow. Because if you just follow the method created through trial and error, there's no way you'd be met with a loss or criticism. I won't deny your 10 years of effort. I just find it funny that you never once questioned the method that you've pursued this entire time. There's no such thing as a perfect answer in this world. Even the method that you blindly follow is one of the branches of a path that started from someone's question. Questions like that plunge your life into suffering. When faced with a failure of a result after undergoing countless trials and errors, that's when you have to deal with the criticism of others and your own despair. However, even if that were the case, change is necessary. Just like how I dismissed my father's teachings and perfected my own heavenly demon god art. Let's finish training here, then. Please tell me. What should I do from here on out? Inin, are you going to struggle even more? No, I admit my loss. From now on, the blood demon cult will follow the heavenly demon Baek Junghyuk's demon cult. Wait, this is my first time seeing someone as strong as you. What am I supposed to do in order to be as strong as you? I've decided to dedicate this body to you. It would be beneficial for both of us if I were to get stronger. So, tell me, what should I do from here on out? He threw away his pride. Interesting. 00. Blood Peman 7, the man who unified the past blood demon cult and became its leader. As one of the martial masters who dominated the Murim, battling Baek Junghyuk for control over the demonic faction was inevitable. And at the end of the long battle, he had lost. But that kid back then decided to swallow his pride and ask for my teachings. The desire to become stronger, even at the cost of throwing away your pride. This kid. He's similar to the blood demon. Interesting. Azurescans.com 00. You're asking for a way to get stronger. I can't tell you something like that. Then, what do you want me to do? I literally just told you not to blindly follow methods that have been passed down. If I were to tell you an answer, how would that be any different from the life choices that you have made up until now? However, if you want to search for an answer with your own hands, do your best to stay by my side from now on. In 6 months' time, I'm leaving for the battlefield. Take a good look at how I get stronger as I face countless foes, and what methods I use to defeat my enemies. If you're still by my side even after 10 years, I can say with much certainty that you will find that answer. Just train until you can sense mana. You can already sense mana after only half a year, Chris. In order to manifest aura. A 1-star after only 3 years, you're a genius. With this, you're now a 2-star aura knight. I won't deny your 10 years of effort. I just find it funny that you never once questioned the method that you've pursued this entire time. MOI. What? 11,5556. Chris, what did you just? I will follow the young master to the battle field. I want to get stronger. It seems like something happened. Yes. Alright. I can already tell you have a good enough reason that pushed you to make this decision. Myth. From now on, you are not a part of the Dimitri Knights. Whatever happens, I hope that you are able to protect the young master as you pursue your goal. Thank you very much. You're no longer. Yes, I see. That little boy who was crying while hugging the corpse of his dead mother in the middle of the battlefield anymore. Azuras, thanks to you, I'm sure of one thing. If the Chris that I know is willing to follow young Master Roman, then that would mean that he can no longer be called a moron. Follow me. You'll need to prepare yourself from now on. 1104 Pardon. If you want to survive on the battlefield, you'll need a secret weapon that you can call your own. Yes, Master. Did you hear the rumors? The fact that young Master Roman took care of Blood Fang. Seriously, how does that make any sense? He's a half-assed noble that doesn't know how to do anything. Even so, all of the accounts that I've heard seem too realistic. Come on, there's no way. The Dimitri Knights must have set it up or something. Young Master Roman 10 took care of the Blood Fang. The young master was able to wipe them out with a single twig. It's probably a piece of cake for him to take care of the Blood Fang all by himself. Could it be that he did this to keep his word from back then? AzuresCans.com. Kevin. What are you doing? You gotta finish cleaning up if you wanna go home. Yes. AzuresCans.com. I want to become someone like the young master. Someone strong enough to protect the people around me from any kind of danger. There are still tons of people like Blood Fang in this world. I need to get stronger to protect my family. But getting stronger, how? If I could have another chance to meet the young master. No, I'm not lucky enough for that to happen. Kevin. Why, young master? It's been a while. What brings you here? Mon 714 No, before that. Thank you, young master. It was thanks to you that my family was able to survive. Yes, have you been well? Yes. Blood Fang stopped persecuting us, and I was able to find a decent job thanks to Mr. Hans. Express, huh? I don't know how I could ever express my gratitude to you. You may have an opportunity to do so once you listen to my proposal. A proposal. Your family will no longer have any issues in their livelihoods. Not only will they earn a warm home and delicious food, they'll be able to enjoy some hobbies, unlike the exhausting time they're currently going through. I'll make it so that happens, hence live for my sake. AzuresCans.com. If you pledge your loyalty to me, I will bestow upon you a completely new life. I pledge my life to you, young master. If you tell me to die, I'll die on your command, and if you tell me to kill, I will kill whoever it may be. Your promise of taking care of my family is more than enough for me. He shows his loyalty with his own blood. As I thought, this kid reminds me of the Mad Demon. The Mad Demon, who would hang between life and death while facing hundreds of opponents of the White faction without taking a single step back, just from a single command of mine. This guy only came to mind suddenly because Chris reminded me of the Blood Demon, but I guess coming to see him was worthwhile. AzuresCans.com. Alright, from this point onwards. AzuresCans.com. Then Hans, I'll be leaving Kevin in your hands. Be sure to help him get used to life around here. Yes, I understand. Kevin, I'll be sure to visit you later, so take care. Yes, young master. Thank you for everything. I'll be in the estate library. If you need me, come find me there. Yes, young master. Do you want to look around? Is that fine? TerrasUraskins.com. Aura Knights. To carve the path of an Aura Knight. In order to become an Aura Knight, you must first manifest Aura, 30.22-2, which is the sign that marks you as a 1-star Aura Knight. In order to become a 2-star Aura Knight, you must be able to cut steel using Aura, Asurasas.com, and the intensity and strength of Aura determines your rank. Once you become a 3-star Aura Knight, you are beyond normal comprehension, and you'll receive special treatment within the kingdom. A 6-star knight exists within the Salamander continent, Salamander, but there are currently no stories of people who have reached the 7-star rank, even within the top 10 ranked knights. Not everybody has reached the 6-star rank. 177. Star Knights and Rankings. Since I've confirmed the strength of a 2-star knight with Chris, even Jonathan, who was at the 3-star rank, should only be as strong as a second-class fighter. The fact that someone has reached the 6-star rank means they've gone beyond human capabilities. 22.2. The aura released through their sword reaches several dozen meters, and its impact is of course otherworldly. AzuresCans.com. There are currently 12 people in the continent known as 6-star knights. These people, who are treated like VIPs in every country regardless of their nationality, are called AzuresCans.com. The continent's 12 swords. Even from the information I have gotten, they seem strong. The fact that they reached that point with such inefficient usage of chi means that they've reached the pinnacle of power. And then there are the magicians. About the archmage. Magicians who have reached the 7th circle are called archmages. ANSCOMT. They are beings considered as half man half god, walking disasters waiting to strike. A single spell levels the earth and splits the sky. AzuresCans.com. And when dealt with in numbers, they are more dangerous than 6-star aura knights. Magic. Abilities that don't exist within Murim. I have a pretty good idea on what to do now. The beings mentioned in this book could appear as my enemy at any time. Though the possibility of such a trial befall a bumpkin from Dimitri like me is very low. The fact that I can't predict what might happen is what makes this dangerous. In the first place, I'm not someone who can live inside a bubble his entire life. AzuresCans.com. I'll only be satisfied by experiencing many things and ultimately reign over all. This will be exciting. Now then, let's start getting ready for real. This is it. What was this place used for? It is the workshop that the Baron used to use in the past. AzuresCans.com. He made sure that outsiders were strictly prohibited, and it's completely restricted from the outside. A perfect training. Low, Cation. Hans, I'll be spending the next week in this workshop. I won't be needing food or anything at all, so do not let anyone in. Swear it. Unless my people are under grave danger, do not allow anyone to approach me. Yes, young master. May. Straw. AzuresCans. Looks like Hans put this here. Although I appreciate the thought. It'll only make the flow of chi more erratic. AzuresCans.com. Up until now, I've only accumulated a minimum amount of mana in my Dantian. XX. In order to use arts with the heavenly demon god art as the base perfectly, I must start the first stage. Heavenly demon god art, first stage. Human. AzuresCans.com. R. Circulate the mana to remove all impure chi within the body. However, since I've already predicted that this would happen, I'd gathered the minimum amount of mana before reaching the human stage. I must regain my past strength as soon as possible. As long as I've made new relationships, I need to fulfill my goal while protecting them. Entering the human stage. AzuresCans.com. Is the first step toward that goal. 1 week later. Then, please wait here for just a moment. I'll be back with some tea and snacks. Viscount Lawrence and MS Flora. Piaskins.com. Where's Roman? The young master is currently taking care of some business. Please excuse me, sigh, even if I did decide to visit on a whim. They clearly don't want us here. It seems that we'll need to wait. E14 here, let us sit. Yes, Flora. Yes, father. I've prepared this meeting to revert our mistake. Be wary of what you say. I understand. Surescanso, you've already announced your disengagement. I disclosed my intentions during my last visit. I also wanted to follow your will. However, no matter how long I think about it, I can't marry someone who I do respect, Flora. I always thought that you but to were a bright think you'd do something like this. Child. AzuresCans.com. Did I not tell you of the severity of the situation within our territory? The Barco family borrowed a large sum of money from the gold bank. Do you understand what that means? It means that war is the only thing left for them to do. The political marriage with the Dimitris was an unavoidable decision. They are the only family who can even face the Barcos in the northeast. But you. How could you? The Lawrences are not weak. Don't we have a chance even without the Dimitris? If it was just the Barco family, then maybe. However, the fact that the central government approved documents without even checking for falsehood, and the gold bank lending money to the Barcos without any specific collateral, means that this is already beyond the scale of war between two families. The forces who lent their power to the Barco family will create a battle that we cannot win. Since they now have a cause to advocate, they'll use this opportunity to take everything from us. Our land, our honor, and even you, who's called the Flower of Lawrence, even though I knew the circumstances of our territory. And what father was thinking when he made the decision. Even though I knew everything, I decided to ignore everything for my own selfish reasons. Wake up. I can't stay as the Flower of Lawrence forever. Ah. What should I do? When will the young master come out? The Viscount and lady have been waiting since morning. And it's already sunset. They seemed fairly disgruntled. But the young master said to not visit him for any reason. No, but still. Young master. Are you done, young master? AzuresCans.com. I was already prepared for this kind of treatment. This all stemmed from Flora's mistake, and the Lawrences need to achieve this political marriage. But even so, this isn't right. Father. I'll go and find Baron Dimitri myself. AzuresCans.com 1422. We. Baron Dimitri. What are you doing, letting your guests wait for this long? If you were that dissatisfied with us, you could have just told us to go back. I never expected the Dimitris to be this petty. AzuresCans.com. I understand what you mean, but was today's meeting scheduled beforehand? I know we decided to visit without notice. But we already shared our intentions to meet with him a week ago. We're only doing this because he declined our request and haven't heard from him since. If you just refused to admit us from the start, we wouldn't have been this offended. How could I possibly refuse to admit you, Viscount? However, AzuresCans.com. Is that all you wanted to say? Are you just here to share that you are angry because you had to wait for half a day? On the day that Flora Lawrence visited Dimitri, Roman shared with me his intention of breaking the engagement. Although I scolded Roman and made him take responsibility, even a 3-year-old could tell. 0. Even though I knew this, I did not reprimand you Lawrences. Since Roman wanted it to be resolved this way, I kept my mouth shut and just let the matter go like a moron. We were one-sidedly given a disengagement notice, even though the ones who wanted it to happen were the Lawrences. And yet you, Viscount Lawrence, are reprimanding me for the mere reason of having to wait for so long, for a meeting that wasn't scheduled, while having forgotten your own mistakes. AzuresCans.com. And yet you have the nerve to make complaints. About a month ago, we received contact from the Barco family. If we decide to move forward with a political marriage with the Barcos instead of the Lawrences, they would provide us a connection with the central government and a piece of Lawrence's land. Even then, I still decided to decline the Barco family's offer. Do you know the reason why I decided to do that, Viscount? Why did you decline that offer? It would have been more beneficial for Dimitri if you took the Barco's offer. AzuresCans.com. The reason is simple. Dimitri already has power, so I chose the option that I wanted. The eldest son of the Dimitris adores the Lady of Lawrence. Just for that sole reason, we resolved ourselves with war against the Barcos. This was a mistake. I should have stayed calm. But I made a huge blunder because of my petty pride. What should I do? The flower of Lawrence and the moron of Dmitri. We are well aware that the reputations of these two don't fit each other very well. However, you should have kept in mind what kind of place Dmitri is. Roman's value changes the moment the Dmitri family names attached to him. Hence, the ones desperate for this political marriage aren't us, but the Lawrences. Am I wrong? There was a northeastern family with only a name left that was questionable if it even existed. The child of the Joel family. In a world of children that think that they are treasures born into the world, Joel was a deviant. One day, Joel had made a small mistake. While the children of other noble families had nothing happen to them even if they made huge mistakes. His mistake resulted in even a disciplinary committee meeting. As I saw the teachers scolding Joel for his mistake, a man that seemed to be his father appeared and apologized. He asked for them to forgive him, and promised to scold his son. azurascans.com. During that, as I was watching from the back, I had one thought. When I think about it now, it seems so funny to me. As the Lord of Lawrence, I have nothing to say. What right do I have to pity him? My daughter made a huge mistake due to her immaturity. Joel was weak back then, and that is also the case for the current Lawrence. I should have apologized from the start. Rather, I truly apologize for causing disrespect. azurascans.com. Baron Dmitri, I'm sorry to. My lord. Young Master Roman has arrived. Realized that truth too late. azurascans.com. I, Roman Dmitri, greet you, father. Are you done with your training? Yes. Alright, we can talk about that later. I've called you here regarding the issue of marriage with the Lawrences. Since all of this started due to your decision in the first place, I'll respect whatever decision you make as your father. I understand what you are trying to say. I understand what the union of our two families signifies. azurascans.com. In a situation where the Barcos are endangering the security of Lawrence, the wealth of Dmitri would ensure the safety of Lawrence. azurascans.com. You desired the marriage even after knowing that. At the time, I believed there was enough value in doing so. However, on the day that I first met her, I changed my mind as she spoke her mind about wanting to break off the engagement. She must have heard about the rumors of the moron of Dmitri, and must have thought she couldn't marry someone like me. She decided everything just from rumors. No matter how society judges Roman Dmitri, I want someone who believes and follows things that they saw and experienced directly. Therefore, azurascans.com. I'd like for the disengagement to proceed without any changes. Therefore, I'd like for the disengagement to proceed without any changes. It's over. The political marriage was the Lawrence's last card. Now that we have a record of disengagement, no other family will step up for a political marriage. We must solve this issue with our own power. No, if by some chance the Dmitris and Barcos decide to join forces, we won't even be able to fight against them, if we can at least prevent that. The Lawrences are fully at fault regarding this matter. We will not collect any taxes from Dmitri merchants passing through Lawrence for the time being. Although such small change would be meaningless to the millionaire of the iron mines. I hope that this serves as a way to apologize for this incident between our two families. There is no need for that. The Dmitris do not measure profits for issues regarding the eldest son's future. Let us finish this matter by announcing that Flora Lawrence broke off the engagement due to personal reasons. If you do so, the Dmitris will not join forces with the Barcos. Thank you. azurascans.com. Sincerely, I thank you. P.A. Scans.com. Roman Dmitri. If only I found out his true worth a little sooner. I would have been more careful when telling Flora to not make any sudden decisions. I, too, have made a huge mistake. B. Son. Yes. What has happened to you over the past week? 1 week. During that week of isolation, I removed the impure chi in my body to enter the human stage. Of the human stage is the process of building the foundation to display the heavenly demon god art. While it isn't considered as impressive by the standards of Murim, given this world's abundant amount of mana in nature, and the critical amount of impurities accumulated in Roman's body, creating even the foundation azurascans.com, the change in my appearance caused by skeletal metamorphosis is proof that I've become a completely different person than before, since it would be difficult to explain that. I reached a small enlightenment while I was training on my own. While I do not remember the specific details, I believe that mana has started to circulate throughout my body. Did you just say mana circulation? A phenomenon that creates the ideal body due to nature's mana circulating throughout the body. It should be something that only happens to a handful of people. Roman, who used to be called the moron of Dimitri, is accomplishing unimaginable feats, starting from the blood fong incident. This change defies logic. Even then, it still doesn't change the fact that he is my son. Keep this in mind, my son. As your father, I will not avert my eyes to whatever hardship you may face. azurascans.co. So, do not forget the fact that your name is Roman Dimitri. I, Romero Dimitri, will always support you from behind. Ak. And doesn't drive his son to the brink of death. A father that isn't cold or ruthless. Thank you, Father. It's not bad. azurascans.com. I'm really sorry for judging you too quickly, and for causing so many issues for both of our families. There's no need to apologize. Since I had no intention to go forward with this marriage in the first place, I understand the reasons for why you're angry. Even if it is a political marriage that neither of us agreed upon, I still one-sidedly broke that promise. However, I wanted to tell you this while I still had the chance. The fact that I had a special reason for why I decided to break off the engagement. The social gathering that the northeastern nobles host. It was something that happened there. Once there were rumors that I would be engaged to a Dimitri, the nobles that I'm close to started telling me terrifying rumors. That Roman Dimitri. Enjoy drugs. You. Drugs that eat away at your reason and intelligence. I think this is something that you should know. Although I know now that they are all false. At the time, I couldn't ignore them, and just whatever happened, it doesn't change our current relationship. So there's no need for you to care about me anymore. azurascans.com. Drugs, they say. I couldn't sense any drugs poisoning this body. Although there were remnants of impure energy caused by the concoction used to end my life, the skeletal metamorphosis completely removed it. Hans. Yes, young master. Have you ever seen me enjoying drugs, or been in any situation where you suspected that I was using drugs? What? I'm not trying to feel you out or reprimand you. Ugh. I'm just trying to use this time to look back at the life choices I've made until now. Not by using my own memories, but from an outside perspective. If you want to go that far. About that. Although I've never seen it with my own two eyes. There were times when I thought your actions were a bit odd. And when was that? About half a month ago. You had just returned from a social party. That in itself wasn't anything that big to take note of, but when you returned, you seemed to be in an odd state. azurascans.com. Soon after, it seemed like you lost your will to live and you stayed in your room. The young master doing drugs. Now it sounds truly idiotic. During the social gathering that the northeastern nobles host. Who hosted that social party? The eldest son of Barco, Azurascans. Anthony Barco. Roman, with the political marriage with the Lawrences ahead of him, was invited to a social party by Barco. Azurascans.com. He then started to become deranged, and decided to take his own life. That bothered me about Roman's death. There were a few things. In the will that Roman had left, it only said that he'd be heading to battle instead of his two younger siblings, 2022 2.2. And that he was too scared about what might happen. Nothing else. However, it was already decided that he'd be marrying Flora, who he always desired. And there were plenty of ways for married nobles to avoid military service. But despite all this, he killed himself just because he was afraid of the battlefield. Something doesn't add up. Hans, did it seem like Anthony Barco and I were close to each other? Oh. There wasn't anyone else that spent as much time with you as he did. However, it did seem like you were on bad terms recently. It was around the time when talks of marriage with the Lawrences began. The political marriage between Lawrence and Dimitri was a massive obstacle for the Barcos, who wanted the land of Lawrence. And the easiest way to solve that problem would be to stop the marriage before it even happened. They must have done whatever it took for that purpose, and that must be the true cause that led Roman to kill himself. Young master. Actually, a couple of days ago, a party invitation arrived from the Barco family. Azurescans.com. The Barcos sent me an invitation. Yes, though it was when you went into isolation training. How should I take care of this? How brazen. No, they're just underestimating me. Whichever it is. It gets on my nerves. Azurescans.com. When is the party? It's exactly 2 weeks from today. Azurescans.com. Tell the Barcos. I'll be attending the party. The young master is waiting for you over here. Thank you. Oh, and don't be too surprised by the young master's change. Ha. Yes. I understand. www. Young master. Did you call for me? See, is it you, Kevin? See, why young master? So this is what he meant by change. Yes, are you finding life here comfortable? Yes, young master. I'm adapting well without issues thanks to Mr. Hans, but, I've been wondering this entire time about my role here. I wasn't sure if there was anything that I could really do for you, young master. You told me to live for your sake, but how can someone as ordinary as a pebble like me? Azurescans.com possibly do anything for you. I intend your role. Use you as my sword. 5 Azurescans.com. Your sword. However, one's use isn't determined by someone else's will. That's why I'll give you 3 paths that you can choose yourself. The first is to give up your use as a sword. If holding a sword and bloodshed is what you're afraid of, you don't have to be my sword, but my hands and feet. By learning from following Hans and carrying out safe orders, you will be able to fulfill your role. Azurescans.com. The second is to become my sword and protect me by my side. Be but young master. I've never touched a sword before in my life. I thought as much. That's why, if you choose the second option, I will test your will through skeletal contortion. Skeletal contortion. A method of causing pain as if your bones and muscles are being warped. Azurescans.com. You would be proving your will through results Azuraskansum instead of being nothing but talk. And the third option is to take this sword and cut off your hand. If you, in a situation where you inflict pain on yourself, are able to endure it until the end, you will be able to become stronger faster than anyone else. Even the mad demon, a stray who didn't even know the existence of martial arts, was able to become one of the 4 heavenly kings with only his will. Azuraska.com. Now, what about you? Whatever choice you make here, I'll be sure to get my worth out of you. Azurescans.com. How I use you is up for you to decide for yourself. Outside the Dimitri castle, there is a ragged shack that could collapse at any time. I was born there. Since I was little, I had to work in order to survive. Thanks to following my parents and helping where I could, there was almost nothing that I didn't know how to do. However, my life never changed. No matter how much effort I put in, there was always someone there to take it away from me. Azurescans.com. That was the life of the week. That's why, www. I couldn't forget what I saw. That overwhelming strength. I don't understand what cutting off my hand would accomplish, but as long as I can get stronger. York, if I can be like the young master back then, if I can get away from a life that takes everything away from me, I'll do it. Azurescans.com. GHHAA. Seriously. I left the night order to follow the young master, but he decides to go into isolation training for a week out of the blue. Hans. Vice Captain Chris. I heard the young master finished his training. Where is he right now? The young master is currently having a talk with Kevin. He told me not to allow anyone in while they are talking. Kevin, who's that? azurascans.com. Are you hurt somewhere? There's blood all over the blade. It's nothing to worry about. But it's fine. It's not my blood. azurascans.com. At the moment that Kevin was about to cut his hand off, I put him in an illusion. Charm of the illusion demon. While I was trying to test him by putting him in an illusion for a short period of time, Kevin swung down on his wrist before he fell into the illusion. That vicious kid. If the spell was even a little bit weaker, he might have even cut off his entire hand. 2 weeks until the party. Months until the war. azurascans.co. There's much to teach. The mana cultivation technique that I'm about to teach you is very dangerous. You're going to teach me a mana cultivation technique. azurascans.com. That's right. Though I call it a mana cultivation technique. It's actually an ancient martial art in the cult treasury that the mad demon used to use. Demonic spirit art. A demonic art that, when used, causes demonic energy to eat away at the user's mind, while allowing them to display power under the extreme pain of their meridians being mangled, their limbs chopped off. They must not lose their mind. The mad demon, to become a sword that was of use to me, learned this martial art under extreme pain. If he has the will to cut off his own hand, then he's capable of learning it. As this cultivation technique grows stronger and you must stronger, endure pain much greater than yesterday's. Even with all this, there is one reason why I am teaching you this technique. Not only is this the fastest way for a teenager who doesn't even know the basics of mana to get stronger, you will also gain the strength to protect everything around you if you master this cultivation technique to its peak. He saved me, wiped out Blood Fawn, azurascans.com, and now he's even bestowing me a cultivation technique. Young master, I can't tell you how grateful I am for everything you've done for me. But, young master, why do you trust me? Though I did swear to offer you my life, I still haven't shown you anything befitting that pledge. I might run away after learning this technique. I would like to know why you trust me so much. azurascans.com, azurascans.com. Just because. www. We will start training tomorrow. Go get some rest for today. Why can I trust him, huh? Come to think of it, the mad demon asked the same question. Unconditional trust can only be obtained once you believe in that person. But Kevin, you won't ever betray me. Because, as you get stronger, you will realize just how dangerous it is to betray the heavenly demon. azurascans.com. The basics are the key to every action. Each movement must be performed correctly. Do not lose focus. Yes, Vol. Okay. I don't understand. Why is he teaching swordsmanship to that strange kid? Moreover, why isn't he teaching me anything? I thought I would find a way to get stronger quickly as long as I followed him. He's treating me like I don't exist. It'd be better to just swing my sword next to master. You azurascans.com. Should I just beg him to take me back? Let's just wait a little longer. The next day and the next day and the next. Screw this. Young Master Roman. It's already been over 2 weeks since I decided to follow you. The first week went out the window since you spent it on your training, and for the week after that, you've kept me on the sidelines while training Kevin. If you're acting like this because I was rude to you at first, then I sincerely apologize. So please, teach me something as well. I'm confident I can learn anything you teach me. Didn't I tell you before? Just learn while serving me. azurascans.com. You meant literally observe you and learn. www. Since Kevin knows nothing, until he reaches a certain level. I need to guide him from the beginning to the end. But you're different. No matter what I teach you, you'll just try to force yourself to learn what I, the person who defeated you, say instead of seriously trying to understand it. So you want me to just keep observing you? No. What? Why a wooden sword? You need results to accept the truth. How about it? Have a proxy duel with Kevin. Kevin will be your opponent in this proxy duel, and I will advise him on how to defeat you. You can think of him as my clone of sorts. If you still think you're correct after this proxy duel, then I will start teaching you personally. Me. A duel with a knight. You want me to have a duel with this novice? This bastard. What does he take me for? I understand. Let's do it. I will show you right here, that I'm not just some pushover. Young master. No matter how you look at it, dueling a 2-star or a knight is a bit. I know you're at a disadvantage. Azurascans.com. However, what would you lose from defeat? Nothing. There are countless people stronger than you in this world. Blood Fong, who oppressed your family through violence, and Chris, who can't wait to beat you down, are no different. Are you planning on shrinking back every single time? Azurascans.com. I will give it a shot. I'm so pissed off. To think I have to duel this novice. Why do his eyes look like he has a chance of winning? Roman thinks he can completely tame me with this match. Get ready. Whether it be a proxy duel or whatever, begin. Azurascans.com. There's no way I'd lose to this newbie who's had only 1 week's worth of training. Eater. Exox. Of. Azurascans.com. Guh. Ha. Isn't he way too weak? Roman is just standing there doing nothing. I thought there'd be a reason why he suggested this proxy duel. I don't know what he's thinking. But I'll bring this to an end right now. Kook. I admit that you held on better than I expected. For an ordinary person who can't even use mana, you did more than well enough. But it's time for you to give up now. I could have split your head open any time I wanted to, but I didn't since this is a duel. I'll say this for the last time. If you plan to keep fighting, you'll have to resolve yourself for one of your limbs to be crippled. Kekikek. Let's see this to the end. Get ready. Guard your front with your sword. Chris will attempt a surprise attack. Begin. Cook. Take 1 step to the side, then aim for Chris's chest as he tries to kick you. 1 step. Of. Kohuk. Ugh. Get up, Kevin. This voice. Young master. This is sound conduction, a method used to deliver sound through mana. I will give you instructions with this. Even something like this is possible with mana. Sound conduct tie-in. Throw yourself to the right. Turn around, and aim for his left chest. 2. Yaks okay. Shit. He was definitely open, but my swing was too slow. Block above you. Escape to your right. This kid. He's holding on better than I expected. He's no match for him at all. His body can't keep up with my commands, but this situation. Blah, isn't it kind of amusing? Young Master Roman is omnipotent. Even though he's a 2-star knight, he's moving exactly as Young Master Roman says. It's my body that's the problem. If I did exactly as the Young Master told me, I would have defeated him already. The Young Master, as if he's controlling a puppet, is just toying with the knight. Chris, turn your body toward the right, and change forward to counter-attack. I'm trying to strike him down, but He keeps narrowly avoiding critical moments and even counterattack, ing. Is it a coincidence? Even Chris, who's considered Dimitri's greatest genius, can't hold a candle to the young master's true skills. This is young Master Roman's level. That's the kind of person I'll forever serve as my lord. Even if it's something that doesn't logically make sense, I must blindly follow his words. If someone like me is to become his sword, the only answer is my will power. Hop. I'll say this for the last time. If you plan to keep fighting, you'll have to resolve yourself for one of your limbs to be crippled. Kekikek. Let's see this to the end. You insignify can't. If you really feel that way, I'll give you what you want. See, take a good look at your crippled arm, and regret this moment. Step forward. Attack with all my might. To think he would step forward. It's not over yet. Turn around, and change. You think I'd get hit by that kind of large and slow attack? You're full of open. Hop, hop. He swung with the intent to duck from the start. He expected the second attack to be a feint. Hugh, what a vicious son of a bitch. The choice is up to you. Why did I decide to fight? In a fight that I had nothing to gain from winning. Not only did I waste time, I even almost lost at the end. That last maneuver. It's similar to when I dueled Roman for the first time. The day I went over hundreds of times in my mind. If I didn't have that experience with Roman, could I have defeated Kevin without using mana? Have I grown from just that one experience? So what will you do? I don't need any teachings. I'll look for a way to get stronger by following you. I've grown from just one duel. Every single one of Kevin's decisions were right for the situation. I thought Roman didn't give him any instructions, but in reality, that was wrong. Just from trying to understand Roman's my mind is filled with teachings. Decisions, come to think of it, there were some things that he said while teaching Kevin that seemed to be directed at me. Roman. No, the young master is no longer the moron that I used to know. I don't know what happened, but he's reached a realm not even Captain Jonathan could approach. If that's the case, then, until I surpass you, I'll observe and learn everything. Well, then. Let's continue training. 1 week later, the day of the social gathering party hosted by the Barcos came. A week before the social party. Did you hear? 222 about what? About Roman Dimitri. Trussi 44,444 he re what DUIs in an his aging gala pink paper to with an EAS not be of the not pun of my bring to fit in the most toots of I heard his marriage with the Lawrence. Family was broken. Lytham Hazen. Toy M playing. It was apparently because of Flora Lawrence's mistake, from the Viscount's announcement. That's just an excuse. He probably felt bad for his precious daughter after taking one look at the moron of Dimitri, but breaking off the engagement when the war with Barco is so near. That just means the eldest son of Dimitri is worse than the rumors. But I even heard rumors of him taking down Blood Fong. Gimme a break, you seriously believe that? That was probably their way to save face after the disengagement. I can't believe Roman actually broke off the engagement. He newest dis in his aging Nogel a hen not bit punt of any he's so easy to manipulate. Time the mort. Roman is confirmed to participate in the upcoming party, right? Yes, we've received a letter of participation from Dimitri. Good, good. Everything's going smoothly. Eldest son of Viscount Barco Anthony Barco. I'm looking forward to next week. It's been a while since I've been so excited for a party. Day of the social party Hans. Am I really supposed to wear this? This is your first official gathering since your disengagement. I cannot let you wear just anything. For your information, to 077 to GA short explanation about these he's, a northeastern area named Pure thought of clothes for Anon spent an abhorrent amount of money just to create these clothes. Then man, with his money, because he wasn't someone that would he is tog full of money at clot time to coax them. For whole day Pam. But I'm sure that you wouldn't not wear this masterpiece. That I poured my entire being into, right? Of. I knew you'd say that. Alright, I'll wear it. Geez. Why is he so late? The young master will arrive first at this rate. I am sorry. I'm still not used to putting on armor. Sigh you. Why do you look like that? That's. There wasn't any armor that fit me, even in the smithy. Even if he had the young master's help, I can't believe I almost lost to a guy like this. Annoyed. Ah, the helmet. Sigh. Listen well. We are both our liege's escorts, as well as the face of Dimitri. 000. It's not an exaggeration to say that his reputation lies in our actions. Rash decisions are forbidden. You must especially be wary of what you say, okay? I'll keep that in mind. 7 on. Sir Knight. Well, alright. Ask me if you are unsure about anything. Thank you, Sir Knight. Hey, your helmet is crooked again. Ah. Sacrifices, oh my. Ha. Is it true that Roman is coming today? I can't believe he's participating in Barco's party after he broke a political marriage that he pushed for 77 to 11751241 when he was fully aware that Barco was aiming for Lawrence. What in the world is he thinking? That's why people call him a moron. If he even had a brain to think with, he would have stuck with one or the other. The Dimitri family's position has gotten quite ambiguous because of Roman. Though Dimitri is the powerhouse of the Northeast, it's a bit greedy of them to want to maintain their relationship with Barco still, but at least he's participating to make up for his mistake. Ha ha ha. What a funny lad. What kind of man is Roman Dimitri? You'll see when you meet him. He leaves a terrible impression, and he's nothing much to look at because of his small stature, and how he put on airs about being the eldest son of Dimitri. Even I would have done whatever it took to break off the marriage if I was a woman. Ichem. The eldest son of Dimitri, what? Roman Dimitri, is entering. That's Roman Dimitri. He's way too different from before. This is absolutely not possible. He used to be shorter than me. What happened to his hair? A Jizik 00 It's an honor to meet you. I am Sophia of the Grizel family. You've probably never heard of our family. Though we are not a prominent family, my father, Baron Grizel, dedicates his life to the kingdom of Cairo. I am well aware of the Grizel family. You really know of Grizel. How could I not know a family with a history dating back centuries? 0. Here is the information of all the northeastern families, as you've requested. But why are you going through these all of a sudden? Since I am participating as the representative of my family, I should at least be equipped with the minimum amount of courtesy. I must memorize where every person that I'll meet is from, as well as their legacies. A corresponding effort is required to win the favor of others. Is it not the family that has resided in the Northeast for quite the long time? The lumber from Grizel is famous for its high quality. In the kingdom of Cairo. I heard that your sibling succeeded in sensing mana. I sincerely congratulate your sibling's accomplishment. Warehouse, what the hell? Greetings, Lord Roman Dimitri. My name is Magna of the Volt family. Oh, I get to meet the eldest son of Volt like this. Hadn't Viscount Volt raised remarkable accomplishments in the past battle? I was very moved while reading about it. I'm thankful that you'd think so. Shall we go too? It's been a while, Lord Roman. You've changed so much. Compared to me, you're as beautiful as always, Lady Heiress. XT. Is your mother well? I'd heard that she's been unwell recently. Dmitri had received many benefits from our deal with the hero's family about 10 years ago. I am also thankful for the goodwill that you've shown us. Volinal the Ramlin van Lessen. Until it seems that I've seen you in the wrong light until now, Lord Roman. I always thought you were difficult to talk to because you were drunk. Oh my, I was thinking of starting to drink for real. But it looks like I'll have to abstain myself. Lord Roman, Vola 00. The young master has invited you into the back room. I guess it's time for me to find out who's getting on my nerves. The other families are brimming with night escorts. Ah. This thing is just too big. Just take it off. 14. What? But. What's with him? I hear he's Roman Dimitri's escort. But take it off. What a joke. I've heard the rumors of Roman Dimitri being the abandoned eldest son, but I can't believe he brought a brat who can't even hold a sword properly as an escort. Ignore them. Well, what did you expect? This is the level of Dimitri. Pola. Yes, and so. Oh my. Who are you staring at so attentively, Roman? Anthony. Do you know who that blonde lady is over there? The flower of Lawrence, Flora Lawrence. Flora Lawrence. What happened to you in the time I didn't see you? So this guy is Anthony Barco. I'd heard you've changed, but I can't believe you changed this much. Have a seat and tell me everything. There are traces of people being in here. The fact that he made them leave before I arrived means he has something secret to tell me. If that's the case, then I'll make him comfortable. I'm not sure either. I used to splurge tons of money to change myself, but now I keep changing day by day even when I don't do anything. In any case, it's good to see you again. I guess I can take that in a positive way. Honestly, I didn't know what you were thinking back then. Back then. When you, who had pushed into a political marriage with the Lawrence family with our friendship on the line, were caught sleeping with my cousin in the back room. Really? Wow. No matter how much secrets are safe in this social party, I can't believe you went that far with your marriage coming so soon. ROWWWWWWWWWW4. Then can I take your participation in this party as a confirmation that you accepted my proposal? I'll keep this matter a secret, so let's discuss your marriage with the Barco family. Marriage with the Barco family. This memory. Hugh. Ja-ot. Though I betrayed Anthony Barco too. 1. And begged my father to establish a political marriage with the Lawrence family. I can't avoid them forever. I'll use this chance to restore my relationship with them. You're late, Roman. Hurry up and take a seat 000. Let me introduce you. This is my cousin, Emily Barco. It's nice to meet you, Lord Roman. Ah. I'm Roman. You're okay with her drinking with us, right? She was just walking around by herself, since it's her first time here. Of course, she's part of your family. Go pour Roman a drink as well, Emily. No, it's fine. I'll pour it myself. Bastard, are you of showing off that you've getting married, Anthony? About that. Don't worry about it. The Barco family doesn't care about the Lawrence family anymore, really. 7. Yeah. So don't be so stiff. Drink to your heart's content. MMARG. My head. Ugh. This place. FAA. Okay. Ha. No, WH what? What the hell's going on here, Roman? A. Anthony. What? What the hell have you done? And no. This is. This is. 0.